what aspects of life that make you kind of go, yeah. And once you realize that, that's what's going to free you up. That's what's going to set you free. Set you free, little girl. All you got to do is set you free. That's what I think. Hello Cancer, and welcome to your Astroflower reading going from the 4th to the 10th of March. Marching on in March, that's what it is. It's marching on in action. March is putting everything into place, and I think your sign seems to come out of it a lot quicker than most others, and really getting on to, this exciting energy that's going to be coming through in March. A lot of people have been preparing this week, and I think you're sort of like, you're almost ready. It's almost as if like the gun has gone off and the start of the race has started for you. I think you're ahead of the curve a little bit here. But let's just see what's going on. It's all going to be according to your monthly reading. You'll find your monthly reading on our channel here. The overall energies here, the karmic path for your relationship side, your emotional side of life, your spiritual side of life. This is the karmic side for your financial, business, jobs. This is how the influence in the universe. This is influence from your past self, influence from your future self, and the general outcome for it. It's time to rock and roll. That's what I'm getting. Let's just see what's going on. Overall energies here. You had, on the first week, you had the Moon and the Strength card here. And on this side here, you had the Ten of Cups, the Ten of Pentacles, and the King of Cups. Really nice card. And on your karmic message here, you had the Nine of Wands and the Six and the Eight of Wands. A real progressive thing here. And I think this is the choice that's coming in here. And I think the overall energy is not allowing you to it's not going to allow you to go forward until you've made this choice of what works for you. This is both on your relationship side or your financial side. This is that setting up process, but it seems to be a lot more. It should be a lot easier for you, Cancer, than most other signs, because it's literally either this or that sort of scenario, rather than having to take in a lot of different things. On your karmic path, you have the Devil. The Devil's in the detail here, and that's all about that choice there. I think according to, what really makes you feel happy or what makes you feel vibrant, I think the Devil is in the detail here. And I also think that, there's a certain recognition here with that choice there, because the Two of Pentacles is also about revealing things. And I think this is what is revealing here, is some of the paths that are being offered to you are not necessarily the path that is going to lead to ultimate satisfaction and joy and happiness and stuff like that. I just think some of them, there's not necessarily a bad path, but I just don't think it's, it just doesn't seem like every single path is for you. And I think this is where you've got to make that choice within you and see the devil of the detail of the situation. How's the universe influencing you? Yes, you get the Ace of Pentacles here. This is what I'm saying. I think the gun is going off this week for you. The start of the race, the lights are going from red to green here. And I think the universe is sort of offering you a very physical situation within your emotional life, within your relationship life, within your spiritual path, that is a golden seed for a future oak tree to grow. And I think this is where you've got to realize the path that is good for you. From your past to your future, you get the Empress card. I think you've done a lot of the work, Cancer. I think you've done huge amounts of work. She's got control over her emotions. She is the Empress of her empire, and she rules over her empire with her emotions because she has control over them. And she can combine multitudes of different things. The water energy, the earth energy, the air energy. She can combine a lot of the emotional sides of life in order to get the best and get the best results. And that's why she's got all that corn at her feet. And I think you've done that work in the past on you. I think really. And I think it's a case of maybe, I think the universe or the overall energies here are really turning around to you and sort of saying, we're not going to allow you to do something that you should not be doing. And that's where, relationships could be a little bit difficult because you're trying to do something that inside you shouldn't be doing. And I think this is that realization is happening for you. The day is dawning inside your heart about your relationships, about your emotions, about everything. And that's bringing you to a very balanced place, a place where you can have control over your emotions, you can make those decisions going forward, and feel really justified in your decisions without any, remorse attached to it at all. Yes, it's going to be a bit of a leap of faith. I think it's going to it's almost as if like you're making this decision and you're turning around sort of kind of going, okay, I've made it, now what? Sort of scenario. And it's kind of like you're looking out at the universe kind of going, all right then, you told me, I did it, I followed it, now what? And it's going to bring forth, once you then sort of stop looking at the universe and start looking at your path in front of you, it's going to illuminate a lot of things within your life, within you, that you're just kind of going to go, oh, right, okay. And it's going to make you see things that, or bring things to the surface that, and I think they're all very nice if you apply it. If you don't apply it, if you don't go into the devil's in the detail and make those choices, I think this here could be difficult for you. It's a real black and white scenario here, left or right, up or down. It's a real duality going on here, fork in your road, and it could play out in both ways, but generally I think it's actually a really good thing. Brings a lot of things to the surface that you weren't really aware of before. On your financial side, just having a quick look at there, you did get a lot of aces on your financial side as well in your monthly reading. Absolutely beautiful. You're learning how to put your passions in with the choices that you've got to make in the material world. And you're learning about, if I put my passions into this is the result I get. Is it worth it? That's what if I have to put in 80 hours a week over the next sort of 2 years, and the result I get from it is not really success, is it worth it? That's the sort of thing. It's how you place your passions in life. And you get the Page of Swords. It's all a learning curve here. Yeah, there is a degree of setting things up here. The universe here is bringing you, once you start playing with your passions according to what you're physically doing in life, the universe is actually giving you that backing up, sort of saying, look, do you see how that works? When mentally you set yourself up like this, and mentally how you encourage yourself, or, stop yourself from doing bad things, or stop yourself from following things that you shouldn't be following, but how you mentally set up. And I think the universe is really helping you, and I think that's really helping you through coincidences that are around you. And as I said, I think it's also a process here that in that learning curve, the universe is almost sort of saying, this is not right for you, don't follow that path. And it's almost as if like the universe is blocking you in certain respects, but in a really good way. From your past to your future, you get the Nine of Cups. I think you're bound with possibilities, Cancer. I think you're one of those signs that, when one thing goes wrong, that there's loads of other things that you could possibly do, that it opens a lot of other doors. And yeah, it's sometimes difficult to pick yourself back up and get on and do it. But here I reckon you're recognizing that within the pathway that you're taking, that there is a lot of possibilities. And now you're streamlining those possibilities and learning how to apply your spirit into your material world, which will bring you to a really good situation by the end of March. What's playing in the front of you? What's egging you on? I think this is weird. It's like, I think you're recognizing that there's certain paths connected to the way in which you're exploring your passions and your mental agility and the possibilities within your life. You're making a decision and you're recognizing the aspects that are just blocking you off from doing what you want to do. And I think recognizing that, yeah, you could turn around and sort of say, no, I feel trapped and everything like that. But that's the beginning of feeling free, of recognizing what's not working for you. And I think this is what you're doing here this week. You're recognizing in your financial side what doesn't work for you. And then once you do that, this is where you free yourself up, from that Eight of Swords. You free yourself up and you start connecting with people in a, connecting with workspace, networking, starting on a new plan, starting on a new way of doing things, or just exploring the best thing, the best results you can get out of life, as it were. And it is connecting with a lot of other people. That freedom of kind of going, that aspect of my life is entrapping me, imprisoning me. Therefore, I'm going to go off this way. And that's going to be, you're going to be open to connecting with people in a really beautiful way. Let's just see what's going on with the Light Seers card. Let's get a bit of clarification on this week. What is the choice? I said it's very black and white. This card here is all about there's loads of possibilities, but there's only one cup that's giving you the water. It's only the one cup that's giving you the good stuff. And that's what this Two of Pentacles choice is all about. You should be just orientating yourself to a direction that brings you the good stuff. Brings you ultimately the good stuff for you. With the Devil card, you get the King of Cups. I think you know it within you. And I think the Devil's card here is the devil in the detail, and also the fact that, it's tempting you on different pathways. Once you look inside you, you know inside you what the path you should be taking. And the universe is making it blatantly clear to you with that Ace of Swords, that Ace of Pentacles, sorry. You get the Knight of Wands. I think the universe is here, is offering you something up here, and you've got to engage your passions in it, and you've got to go after it. If you don't go after it, the universe is sort of saying, if you want that Ace of Pentacles, if you want this opportunity to come into where you've chosen one of those pentacles, that Ace of Pentacles that the universe is offering you, the universe is saying, if you want it, you've got to put it passion, you've got to go and get it. And that's what the page of Knight of Wands is all about. You're going after it in a very, very passionate way. I think your past, because you've done a lot of work on yourself, as I said, she's got control over her emotions. You're taking yourself to calmer shores. You're taking yourself to that King of Cups moment because of the stuff you've done in the past. And I think you should start recognizing it. I think you should start recognizing that you were right, and the rest of the world who pulled you onto another path or another, aspects of your relationships that pulled you onto a direction that, may not, at the time it may have brought you stuff, but in the long term, I'm not sure it's going to bring you the good stuff. And I think you're realizing that at the moment. Yeah, that is what that realization is now. You get that, and that's the realization of that. Hang on a second, let me get my cards together. That's the realization of that. That's what you've got to go through. Once you do accept this mission, accept this pathway that you know within your heart that you should be going down, that's when you start getting all the victories. That's when it becomes very clear within your thinking. The pathway becomes very obvious to you. Seven of Cups scenario. Yes, it's going to bring things to the surface that, it's almost as like, if you do make this adjustment, you almost kind of turn around kind of going, I didn't realise it could be so good, sort of scenario. And I think that's what the moon is about. Yeah, there is a bit of a leap of faith. It is going into the unknown, I think, here. But it's going into the unknown on your terms. I think that is the essential part of it. And it makes that leap of faith a lot easier to do. And you will discover a lot of things on the way. And it will be very good. I think you will really, really enjoy it, Cancer. So let's just clarify what's going on your financial side. The Page of Wands, that learning process of how you apply your passions into your projects. Yeah, I think once you start trying to apply your passions, I think you're going to realise it's going to stall. A bit like a car when you put your foot on the accelerator and the air filter's blocked and you just go, and dies out. I think that's what you're learning this week, of how to apply your accelerator so it doesn't flood the engine, as it were, with too much stuff. I think that's what the process is here. And I think you're going to learn the process. That's what that is all about. That's ideas, turning the ideas into reality. And that's what the Knight of Pentacles is all about. The beautiful thing is you've got the Knight of Pentacles on this side, high, and now you got the Knight of Wands on this side. I think through this process of slowly planting those seeds for your future, which in your monthly reading is by the end of the month you're on fire, and you really are doing well. You know, I think here is, oh look, that wants to come out. Your dreams. I'm talking about the future there. It's all about the dreams. I think here is planting seeds, being very methodical about things in a way. And it's going to bring you to that result of sort of kind of going, actually, I don't like doing that. I do it because, you know, I've got to, but I don't actually like doing that. Therefore, I'm going to get something else. And that could be a job, business and project, whatever it is. Yeah. It should be driven by the happiness of what you've started on your life. And I think this comes from a long way, actually. That Nine of Cups and that sunshine. I think it does come from a long way. I think it's remembering what aspects of life that make you kind of go, yeah. And once you realise that, that's what's going to free you up. That's what's going to set you free. Set you free, little girl. All you got to do is set you free. That's what I think. Whole new world. This is it. Breaking free from the past. That's what the Well card is all about. The Well card actually has all the elements available to you, going into a new dimension. And I think the new dimension is because you're following the evident path, you're making these choices, and you're going for it. And I think this is, you finally get the chink in the armour of life, and you kind of go, wow, and the light comes through and you follow the light, and you kind of, that's it, wow, I'm free, whoa, I'm free, sort of thing, you know. Really, really nice. I think it works very, very beautiful for you, and makes you incredibly happy as well. Makes you incredibly happy as well. Happiness after difficulty, that's what comes in on there. That's what that's all about, this new paradigm that's happening for you. And it's driven by your happiness that comes in there. There is no doubt about it. And it brings into this happiness of where you feel at one with everything that is around you, within the company that you're working for, or the business that you're doing, or the projects that you're doing, the people that are connected to it, the actual physical things that are connected to it. You're happy with, you know, if you like renovating a house, you're happy with the kitchen that you put in there and everything like that. It just connects everything in a way that makes you just feel that all of it has been worth it. It's all been worth it. And I think this is what you're building to. As I say, I think you're picking up a lot quicker than most signs in this month of how to put this into action. There you go, Cancer. Thank you very much for being here. Don't forget about all the links in the description below to have a private reading with myself or a healing session. There's also links to our sister channel, Cymatic TV. So I will either see you over there for that, Cymatic TV, the channel all about energy, or on this channel. Whichever way it is, it's lovely to have you here. Don't forget, in the meantime, life should be fun, so please do enjoy.